Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all my lovely students of class 6. This is your teacher Ms. Zunaira and today we are back with another social studies lecture. As you know that we have completed all the chapters that are included in our final term. Then we started relearning those chapter one by one, from which we have covered 2 to 3 chapters. Today we are going to start the revision of another chapter. So let's see the name of that chapter. Hafsa, know that quiz will not be having the deadlines. Yes, I'll give the deadline till Sunday. Okay, you can attempt it. You're having 4 to 5 days for that. After these 5 days or on Sunday, I would just mark restriction over there. Then you cannot attempt it again. So let's see which chapter we are going to start today. We are going to learn about the British Empire. The chapter that is about British in our book is having the name as the British Raj. So the chapter that we are supposed to relearn today is the British Raj. We learned many of the things in physical classes. We are just going to have the quick review of all the topics. Not all the topics, half of the topics would be covered today and rest of the topics would be covered in the next class. So here I have shown you a map. You can see here if so here is a map. Just wait. Okay, beta. Now here you can see the map. In this map, what you're supposed to notice over here, you need to see that there is a way. What kind of way it is? It's like a map, and you can see here the India is here, right? Calicut is here, here the Pakistan and Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, everything is here. So you can see the South Asia over here. Now what this red line is showing? This red line is showing that how the traders just found out the way to come from Europe to South Asia or India. So here's a way. As we just when we're learning this chapter, we just learned a line that Vasco da Gama, he introduced a new sea route. I'm repeating, a new sea route. Okay, so this is how you can see that these are the landforms and these are the sea routes. So how he started traveling from Europe and he reached to Calicut, India, right? So this is how he introduced, who? Vasco da Gama introduced this route from which, with the help of which European traders started trading with South Asia. So this map is showing you that route which we are talking about. Then if we go ahead, we'll see that the European traders, India was the very famous for its spices, gold, pearls, and silk. So what do we do in trading? We just buy something, we export, we import, right? So India was very famous for its spices, gold, pearls, and silk. So every part of the world or every country of the world wanted to have the trading relation with India. So Vasco da Gama came to India in the 15th century. The Dutch, French, and English traders followed the Portuguese to India. The British defeated the others and formed the English East India Company. Up till now, we have been learning that East India Company. Remember that it is also known as English East India Company. Okay, because why we are putting here English? Because this is the company which was formed by British, right? So here we saw that how the sea route was introduced by Vasco da Gama, who came from Europe. But after this, after some times in 1600, we are talking about in 1600, Vasco da Gama came in 1400. After 200 years, the in 1600 English or British traders came to this region. They started their company, East India Company. They were having the competition with European traders. That is why they fought the battles, the wars with European traders, and we know that British were much, much, much stronger. So they were able to defeat them all. And then they started trading with South Asia, especially India. Why especially India? Because India was very famous for spices, gold, pearls, and silk. This is the picture of Vasco da Gama you can see over here. Now let's go ahead. Let's talk about, okay, beta, this is the logo of our East India Company. In 1600, in 1600, British formed a company to trade with South Asia and named as East India Company. In 1600, what's important over here, you need to remember the year in which they started trading with us. Then the second point is going to be, here we are talking about the East India Company. So the second point is going to be, after defeating European traders, they built their centers in cities. They built their centers in cities, Calcutta, Madras, Bombay. Okay, now these countries are having their, these are the, like we can say, the old names of the cities. Now these cities are named as Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai. Now we need to know about the Battle of Plassey. It should be South Asia Company. Okay, your then it is not South Asia Company because the trading was started first with India. As I told you in the very first line that India was famous for their spices, gold, and their pearls. So that is why the either the British traders or the European traders, they came first in India, not all over the South Asia. They did not go to Bhutan, they did not go to Sri Lanka or Maldives. They just came to the India. India, I'm talking about the subcontinent, which was collective, like which is having the region of Pakistan and India, right? This region was very famous, so that is why all the traders wanted to trade with these two countries, or we can say that subcontinent, because that time India and Pakistan was not independent or separated. So that is why it is named as East India Company. So now we are going to learn about the Battle of Plassey. We just learned many of the things regarding Battle of Plassey. Now we are going to see more of the things regarding this battle. Who is he? Here are two of the personalities. The right one, the left one is Nawab Sirajuddaula, and the right one is Robert Clive. We learned about them. Let's have a review of Battle of Plassey. We know that the Nawab Sirajuddaula was a Bengal ruler. He was a strong ruler, and he did not like the influence of British in India. So he did not want British to have their influence in the region of Bengal. That is why the Battle of Plassey was fought, right? So what happened in it, Nawab Sirajuddaula was an army, was from army of Bengal, and he was very, very, very strong, right? So his army included many of the people, including Mir Jafar. So Robert Clive was the one from the British party, or you can say that the British East India Company, right? From the British, you can say that traders. The Robert Clive was the one who offered the bribe to the army of Nawab Sirajuddaula. Nawab Sirajuddaula was very honest, and he did not want the British to come in the Bengal. So that is why he just thought to fight with them. But it was his unfortune that his army, many of the people from his army got bribed by British. So that is why he got weakened. That is why he was defeated. So let's read it out. What is written over here? Mirza Muhammad Sirajuddaula. This is his complete name, commonly known as Sirajuddaula or Sirajuddaulah, was the last independent Nawab of Bengal. The end of his reign marked the start of British East India Company rule over Bengal and later almost all the Indian subcontinents. Let's read about the Robert Clive. Clive of India, he is also known as Clive of India, was the first British governor of Bengal Presidency. He is credited along with the Warren Hastings for laying the foundation of British Empire in India. It means he has been given the credit for the British Raj in subcontinent or India. So this one man who is in yellow dress, he is Mir Jafar and he is Robert Clive. This is a picture from the meeting of Robert Clive and Mir Jafar. They met with each other and they just had or agreement that he will be the Mir Jafar will be bribed. He will give them the Robert Clive will give them money, and that is why they got bribed and they did not take part from the Nawab Sirajuddaulah's army, due to which the army got weakened. We know the result of Battle of Plassey. We know that British, the victory gone to the British because they defeated Nawab Sirajuddaulah's army. Now here we are supposed to learn about the Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali was the Sultan and ruler of the kingdom of Mysore in southern India. Born as Hyder Ali Khan, he distinguished himself military. He was illiterate, he was the man of honor. As we just saw here that he was illiterate, but he belonged to the army, he had the kingdom, he was the king of Mysore, so that is why he was the man of honor. And he could not defeat the British, but he fought greatly. He died fighting his enemies. He was very brave, but we know that the British Raj or the British traders, British army was much, much, much stronger than the Nawab Sirajuddaullah's army or the Hyder Ali's army. So that is why they all started getting defeated one by one. First, Nawab Sirajuddaulah was defeated, then the Hyder Ali was defeated. After Hyder Ali, the turn goes to his son Tipu Sultan. The real name is Sultan Tipu, but he's more famous with the name of Tipu Sultan. So now we need to see that what he has done. Tipu Sultan is like the hero of India. Why is considered as the hero? Tipu Sultan, celebrated as the hero of colonial resistance, was defeated and killed on May 4th, 1799 in the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War by the forces of British East India Company. Today marks the 21st death anniversary of the 221st death anniversary of the Muslim warrior king of Mysore. Tipu Sultan is also is popularly known as the Tiger of Mysore. Now, one thing we can relate here is that Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali. They were from Mysore. Okay, both belong to the Mysore. But who is considered as the tiger of Mysore? Tipu Sultan. Why? Because we know that his contribution is much, much, much more than his father. So if we compare him to his father, so we'll see that Tipu Sultan was a literate person. He was not illiterate. He introduced Urdu newspaper. Okay, many of the students get confused when they hear about this Urdu newspaper or Urdu magazine. Because see, when we're talking about our languages, then we saw that the Urdu magazines that is related to language. Urdu magazine was you can say the trend by which the language can be improved. Urdu magazines were introduced by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, but when we talk about the Urdu newspaper, these were introduced by Sultan Tipu. Why he did this? He introduced Urdu newspaper to modernize his kingdom. He had done a lot for his kingdom. Seringapatam was, we know that the capital of his kingdom, capital of the Mysore, and that was captured by British in 1799. In the War of 1799, Sultan Tipu was defeated and he was killed. Yes. Yes, Meeram, you're right. Okay, on. Very good. Students are giving me the answers in the chat box. Okay, good. If you remember the explanation that we did in the class, so that's good. So here comes another picture of Tipu Sultan or Sultan Tipu. British defeated Tipu and he was killed on 4th May 1799 while defeating his fort of Seringapatam. His famous words at that time were, "To live like a lion for a day is far better than to live for 100 years like a jackal." Let's relate it with your book. When we are reading this paragraph or the page on which there is, okay, he's looking so good. Okay, yes, he's looking so good. He's looking like tiger. He was known as Tiger of Mysore. So yes, we are talking about your book. So according to our syllabus, it is clearly written that Tipu was a kind of brave ruler of Mysore. He was offered by British. He was offered to become deputy for the British and rule under their supervision. But he refused. Why did he refuse? Because like Nawab Sirajuddaulah, he also did not want the British to rule the region. So that is why he did not accept their offer, and he said that it is better to live like a lion for a day than 100 years like a jackal. And he also died fighting his enemy. He could also not defeat the British. After this, the next topic from this chapter is going to be War of Independence. War of Independence. Here you can see the view of the war, that is like a pictorial view of that war. Now let's read it out. The War of Independence is an important landmark in the history of the subcontinent. This war was fought in 1857 by Indians against the British in order to get rid of their domination. It is also given names as Indian Rebellion, Indian Mutiny, as well as Indian Revolt. It means Bagawat. The main causes of the war were political, social, economical, military, and the most important is religious aspects. Why this war was fought? The main reason was a religious aspect, but other than this, they were also having the problems with their political view, their social view, their economical view, their military power. They were having who? Indians. We are talking about Indians and British. Okay, so British was British. We know that British was much stronger than us, but still Indians decided to have war with them because they are having the differences, they are having the issues with them. It was an extreme effort made by Indians, but they failed due to certain reasons, including mutual jealousies, disunity, and lack of central leadership. They were having the jealousies, disunity of Indian Muslims and Hindus. So they were not united properly. They were having the leadership problems. They were having the jealousies, due to which they could not defeat British. Now, the war was not spread throughout the India, but it was limited to few areas, mainly Meerut, Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, etc. The main events which became the immediate cause of the war was the refusal of the sepoy to use the grease-covered cartridges greased with fat of pigs and cows. On January 23rd, 1857, at the same time, an Indian spy killed two British officers at Barakpur when he was forced to use grease cartridges. He was arrested and hanged to death on April 8, 1857. This news spread as fast as jungle fire. Now, it started by killing only two officers from British, and then It just spread as the fast as jungle fire. Let's make it easy. We know that British and Indians include Muslims and Hindus both, okay? Because India Pakistan was not separated that time, keeping this thing in mind, okay? So Indians and British were having the differences. What kind of differences they were having? They were having economical differences. They were having, the main purpose was religious differences, and British just forced them to use that cartridges which were covered with the fat of cows and pigs, and we know that this is against in Hindu and Muslims both, because pig is strictly restricted or prohibited for Muslims, and cow, you know that Hindus worship the cow. So that is why both the nations, Hindus and Muslims, they got angry and they decided to have war with British. This was the major issue. This war was not spread throughout the India, but it was limited to main areas or main cities of the India like Meerut, Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow. Now, as we know that the result, what was the result of the War of Independence? Of course, the British was got victory. We Hindus and Muslims got defeated. Now the next topic is going to be British fight against famine. I told you the meaning of famine. So let's talk about it. What did they do for get rid of famine? Railway lines were stressed. Railway lines were stressed for the we can say that for traveling. Canal system was built. This is important that canal system was built. Canals, introducing canal system is very basic point for introducing many of the things, because on the canal system different things are related or dependent, like our agriculture is dependent on the canal system. If canal system would be there, there would be a better agriculture system, and agriculture would be improved. If agriculture would be improved, the animals will get healthy, people will get healthy, and all the things are just related to the canal system. Then they decided to have some relief fund that was initiated. It was decided to have some relief funds from people and to keep it in order to face the worst conditions. Amount of money was kept separately, that if they get the worst conditions they can use that amount of money. So that was also initiated. So this is how British fight against famine in the region of India. So this was all about your topic. The rest of the topics would be covered in the next lecture. Now I'm gonna share another screen with you, and I want all the students to solve that form as well. Okay, first I'm gonna Okay, a test I have made for you that named as Grand Test, in which we are having different questions. This is same as you do your NT and CTs. Okay, the same way you need to just enter your email address, you need to write your name, you need to select option, right? Okay, beta. One point I want to get clear over here is that you will be having the serial number like 1 2 3 4 5. There may be the differences in the serial numbers. Okay, so you do not need to be worried about that. You just need to read out the statement. You need to just mark the answer, the correct answer. I will remove the restriction from this form. You can attempt this form once or twice or thrice or 4 times or 5 times. If you get the wrong answers, do it again and again until you just go to all the correct questions. Okay, there would be no limit to one response. You can attempt it many times. This would be available till Sunday. You need to do it till Sunday. Okay. I want students to be active in the chat box. There would be questions appeared in front of you, and I want students to answer me in the chat box, because here I'm not gonna mark the correct question. I'm just showing you the questions. Then, beta, this form I'll upload just right now after the class. Okay, I'll upload this form after your class. You can go. You can attempt it. Okay. Yes, so as we discussed just right now in the beginning of our lecture, that Dash discovered a new sea route. You need to remember sea route. For example, if I give you an examination that Dash, or for example, if I give you the correct option, Vasco da Gama introduced or discovered a new land route from Europe to South Asia, would it be right or wrong? Would it be right or wrong? It would be wrong. We need to remember that it would be wrong. Yes, why it would be wrong? Because we need to remember that he was the one who introduced sea route, not the land route. Okay, so Dash discovered the new sea route from Europe to South Asia, Vasco da Gama or Robert Clive. This is the question that we discuss now. Let's go ahead. The second question is going to be: Battle of Plassey was fought in 1760, 1750, 1740s. I want students to answer me. Hurry up. Very good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Yes. So yes, all the students have told me the correct answer, but I'm not going to disclose over here. You need to attempt yourself. The third question is going to be: Sultan Tipu was the son of Dash. Sultan Tipu was the son of Dash. Yes, very good. Excellent. Good. Yes, you all are right. The next one, Sati was the dash custom. Sati was dash custom. Was that Hindu custom or Muslim custom or Japanese custom? Very good. Very nice. Sati was banned by dash. Robert Clive, Mir Jafar, Sir Charles Napier. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Okay. It's better to live like a lion for a day than 100 years like a jackal, said by Hyder Ali, Sultan Tipu, or Bahadur Shah Zafar. Yes, good. Very nice. Very good. The next question, Seringapatam was captured by British in dash. I hope you have not opened your books in front of you. Yes, very good. Okay. Okay, they are closed. Your books are closed. Good. Ehan, it's not 1788. It's another option. You need to find out from your book after the class, okay? My nation has also a custom: when men burn women alive, we hang them. Let's all act according to our national customs. Said by, good, very nice. Aligarh College was founded by Dash. Very good. Yes. Aligarh College was founded by Dash. Okay, if I remove Aligarh and if I write Mohammedan Educational Conference was formed by, answer will remain same. Okay, you need to remember all the achievement of different personalities. Brahmo Samaj movement was initiated by Dash. Yes, Umar, same answer will be there. Brahmo Samaj was the movement initiated by Dash. Very good. Now beta see, after number 10 there is no number 11, so you do not need to be worried about that. Okay, I told you that you do not need to be worried. There are 60 questions. They are having incorrect serial numbers. So you do not need to go to the serial numbers. Just read the statement and give the answer. Okay, this is your grand test. So this is not only from the chapter the British Raj. It is from all the chapters. So here comes the question from another chapter. The first female prime minister of the world was dash. Very good. Very nice. Very impressive. Good. Who is giving me the short form Sri Sri Sri? इतना जल्दी में कौन है? Okay. Yes. So every student's telling me the right answers because we have just discussed it many of the times. So this is how you can see that how much beneficial it is to have the revision. Everybody is telling me the answer within seconds because you have learned it again and again, again and again, and this is all about your relearning. Yes, Maldives got independence. Yes, you're right. Yes, students, impressive. Very good. Yes. The next question is the Indian National Congress was the first political party of Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs. Very good. Nice. Very good. The railway lines in subcontinent were stretched by dash Romans, British, Hindus. Very good. Hyder Ali was an ambitious soldier in the army of Hindu ruler of dash Madras, Agra, Mysore. Very good. Okay, if I just replace the name of Hyder Ali with Tipu Sultan, will answer be same or it would be changed? If I write Tipu Sultan was an ambitious soldier in the army of Hindu ruler of dash, yes, answer would be same. Very good. Dash is the famous for using non-violence as a tactic against the British ruler. Hmm. Okay. Iman, who is MK? Okay, good. मुझसे ज़्यादा जल्दी में आप में लगता है. Okay. Ceylon received its independence on dash February. Yes. Yes, very good. The next question is the last British viceroy was dash. This is maybe a difficult question for you. Let's see who gives me the correct answer. Good, Miriam. Very good. Very good, Zain, Javeria, Alina. No, Iman, you need to check your answer again. Yes, Haya, right. Iman Adnan, right. Hafsa Amir, right. No, Naima, you need to check your answer again. Okay. Most of the students have told me the correct answer. You need to find out. This is very important question in the point of your general knowledge as well. You need to know that who was the last British viceroy. The British became rulers of Bengal after the Battle of Panipat. Yes or no? Hurry up. We need to be fast. Yes. Good. 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 Very good. The All India Muslim League was formed in 1976. You see, 1976 is about after 1947. Was it formed after the independence? Not at all. The next question, Nawab Sirajuddaulah started first Urdu newspaper. Nawab Sirajuddaulah? Very good. Dash was the daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, Hasina Wajid or Indira Gandhi? Hurry up. Very good. The form of government in which people have right to elect is called democracy. Is that right or wrong? Very good. Yes, it's true. Rabindranath Tagore won the Nobel Prize on Risalo. His collection name was Risalo or Gitanjali? That was Gitanjali. So it is going to be no. False. Jawaharlal Nehru was the follower of Gandhi. Yes or no? Good. The word climate comes from a word dash. Latin, Greek or Turkish? Very good, Mira. Very good, Naima. Zen, I did not ask about the name. I just need to know the language. Was that Greek language or beta, we are having less than 1 minute. Your meeting can be ended anytime. Okay. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll upload this form. Okay, so here is another question. The word dash refers to the inclination of the sun, that is weather, season, or climate. Temperature dash when we go away from the sun. If we go away from the sun, temperature would be increased or decreased or remain same. We are going away from the sun. Keeping this thing in your mind. Yes, very good. Dash is close to equator, therefore remains hot throughout the year. Sri Lanka, Canada, or Antarctica.